Assalamu alaikum everyone. We are back with marketing, and this is the last topic of what is marketing, and which is market segmentation. So without further ado, let's dive in. What is market segmentation? Its benefits. Why do business do market segmentation? What are the limitations? What are the different types of market segmentation? So market segmentation refers to identifying and dividing a market into subgroups of customers with similar characteristics. It can either be geographic, demographic, and or psychographic. So it's similar to niche marketing, which we discussed in the earlier video. In niche marketing, we target a specific group of customers, a subgroup of customers in a whole market. And in market segmentation is something similar, but in this we don't target it, we actually divide our whole market into subgroups so we can meet the needs of each subgroup individually. So like if you have a market of 30 million, you divide it into 10 million each, three subgroups of 10 million each, and you meet the requirements of each subgroup separately. So you can make products specifically for them, and which might have a greater chance of success, and you might be able to charge a greater price as well and get some great profit. So why might a business segment its market? It allows a business to focus on and attract the right customer. You can easily just, okay, if you have divided a market into subgroups, you can identify what is the customer, what are the types of customer you want to attract, and hence you can just focus on that particular customers which you think are worthy. If you are, for example, making toys, you have to divide your market into a market of different types of kids under 3, kids between 3 to 13, and kids above 13. So you can make different types of toys for different age groups. So that's an example of demographic market segmentation, where you are dividing the target market on the basis of age, and then making the right product for the right customer. So because under 3, there you might have seen some toys which have do not give it under 3, where you could that thing that it shouldn't be used by under 3, because under 3 be able to might swallow the product or toy, which can cause choking and all. So they have different toys for under 3, different toys for children between 3 to teenage, and different toys for teen above, as they might have some complicated parts and all. Just an example. And then there's the point that it reduces risk if the business can produce direct products specifically to a particular market. So if you can make the products directly to that particular market, you just don't you if you don't write the label, and it might just be okay, you don't even know who you're selling it to, you're just selling it to the whole population. No, by adding labels and by segmenting the market, you are able to focus on the right customers and sell it to particular market only. And as you are able to and it allows small business groups to enter a market and focus on limited target groups which are not given much attention to. So small business can give attention to them, provide complete they can satisfy their needs profitably. And there might be some markets which are unexploited, so some business might be able to exploit them and identify the gaps in such markets and exploit them. Like there was some there like in the previous example we talked about lefties, which was a niche market, and that's what it actually does. It identified the subgroups in a market, and then it exploited it. And also, the last point is that it allows price discrimination to be used to increase revenue. Now, what is price discrimination, if you ask? We are going to discuss about price discrimination in the next chapter, and later in the marketing unit, when we are going to discuss about price. But I'll just give a brief idea about price discrimination. It's a pricing strategy to charge different prices to different customers for the same product or service. So like you are charging different prices to different customers, even though you are providing the same product or service to the whole customer base. For example, you can talk about an airplane, where you are giving charging a higher price for seats which are near to window, and cheaper price to seats which are at the back or something. So even though they all are going from one place to another and they're riding the same plane, the different seats can allow different prices to be charged. So that's just some example of price discrimination, and it just allows to increase revenue. Now, what are the limitations of market segmentation? Market segmentation is, of course, you need some research and development. You need market research to understand, to identify these subgroups. So this involves a high cost of marketing. So there's some high production cost as well in order to make the products of the specific market as well. And you have to market these products, advertise them differently for each age group, and or not just age group, I'm just telling in general, like for market segmentation we have to advertise different products differently, because if you are doing some geographic segmentation, market segmentation, some countries might not allow semi-naked models to be used, semi-naked like actors to be allowed, like in Middle East or Islamic countries. So you need some different advertisement for those countries, and some countries might not support alcohol, so you can't advertise it directly over there. So these factors, there are other factors which needs to be considered, due to which you can't just advertise that product, one product overall. You have, as you're making different products for different markets, you have to advertise each product differently as well. And then there's some production and stock holding cost, which is generally high, because you're not making one particular product, you're making different types of products, and you might have to stock hold them, to store them different in different warehouse, due to which your stock holding cost will increase. And if your focus is on only one or two limited segments, which then this can be risky, as we discussed in niche market, due to changes in customer taste and fashion. And of course extensive market research is required, which is costly and has its own limitation, like what if the market research is not appropriate, what if it's not accurate, then your whole money is also gone and you can't even target the whole market which you needed it for. So these are just some basic examples. You are not This is not one favorite topic of examiner, and they don't ask much, but sometimes they do. Very rarely, even possible, you'll hardly see few questions about it. So I haven't done it much in detail, like I did whatever was required in the course. The basic points you need, you just need to elaborate at them a little bit to get the marks you need. Now let's move on to the types of market segmentation quickly. There are three types of market segmentation: geographic, demographic, and psychographic. Now what are the differences in all three? Geographic allows collecting and analyzing information according to the physical location of the customers or other data sources. You are actually segmenting the market based on the location. Like this generally involves meeting with different demands in different areas. The difference in demand may be due to culture or season. Advertising might also be different, as we discussed earlier, due to the cultural thing. You can't advertise semi-naked models or alcohol related beverages, so you might have to advertise it differently. Advertisement will be different. And of course there are some seasonal changes as well, like you can't advertise or make woolen clothes maybe for in warm countries, or vice versa. You can't sell ACs in cold countries. So you have to, segment your market accordingly, and then provide the needs of the that market, provide the satisfy the demands of each market accordingly, each subgroup of market based on the different areas. Now demographic is something different. It divides a large population on basis of demographics like age, income groups, gender, religion, nationality, etc. Like we talked earlier about the toys thing, that could be divided into age. There could also be things which could be segmented on basis of income groups, like cars. Toyota might be producing cars for lower economy groups as well as people who are much rich, some high class cars for that as well. It will try to satisfy all the different income groups, some which are not that high and some which can actually buy premium products as well. So it will try to satisfy all different markets, sub markets actually. There could also be gender sharing thing, as with the issue of alcohol and all. Sorry, religion, alcohol, and you might have want to satisfy all different genders as well. If you're making something like clothes, if you're making, you might try to, if you're making only dealing with only men's clothes, you might also deal with women's clothes as well as small kids and all. And the basic thing is that each and every individual will fall under some categories inside any demographic. It can either be male or female, or the transgender. There has to be something. It won't that it isn't that it won't have a, it won't even be a thing. Like in the case of age, it will, the person will have some age, it will lie in some category. It can't be age zero or not even exist. Age can't be in negative or something, or above 110 something. If it's like zero or something, it will be probably be a small toddler or elderly people if it's like too much. So there will be different products for different age groups as well. So that's the whole point of demographic segmentation. Now there's the last point is psychographic segmentation. Sometimes it is also referred confused with behavioral segmentation, but that's not part of our course. Behavioral is something similar but not actually the same thing. Psychographic involves using people's lifestyle, their activities, interests, or even opinions to define a market segment. It also includes culture, personality, social class, and attitude of the customer. For example, you can say if you're dealing with cycles, you might sell it to subgroup of market, which people who are actually much more active in cycling and all, people who are more health conscious, and they do dieting, and also they're also interested in cycling, so you might produce that as well. And there was just one product which actually introduced underwater cycling or something, which was for, of course, some people who are interested in cycling, so they developed something new for them, and they made a huge huge profit out of that as well. So brands generally segment according to psychographics. Generally, which brands, like as I discussed an example about the car, that cycling thing. Different brands, generally the well-known brands generally, they just try to meet the people's lifestyle and activities instead of their age or something. Like McDonald's, like Coca-Cola, you can say, if there's like some festival like Eid, they try to celebrate that in advertisements and all. They divide their market based on that as well. So like different brands have different approaches, but generally it's psychographic for branded, and for normal businesses they go for demographic. Some even go for geographic as well. These are just some examples. I hope you guys understood the concept. It's not much tricky. We just need to understand what the basic segmentation are, how they are segmented, the type of segmentations. We just need to define them. You won't be asked to explain each of them, but I've just given some examples just in case you might have to. Hope you guys understood the topic. Thanks for watching. Allah Hafiz.